We are now only 532 days away from the 2020 presidential election, which is barely enough time to reshoot the entire final season of Game of Thrones. It's also enough time to catch up on the Democratic race with another installment of World War D. It's no secret that there are already a ton of Democrats running for president. But if you were holding out for a candidate named Steve, you're in luck.
Another Democrat has entered the presidential race. In a video released this morning, Montana Governor Steve Bullock announced his bid for 2020, highlighting the fact that he is the only candidate in the field to have won in a red state.
For the uninitiated, who is Steve Bullock?
Yes. The first question is, who is Steve Bullock? The second question is, wait, who is Steve Bullock? And the third question is, are you sure he's not Michael Bennett? Who is this guy? Like, at this point, running for president feels less like a serious political endeavor and more like a viral internet challenge. That's what it is. Hey guys, I'm running for president and I'm challenging Phil to do the same thing. Yeah! Now I'm gonna eat a Tide Pod. Woo! So in case you've lost count, the number of candidates is now up to 23. Yeah, which is insane. Look at all those faces, huh? Look at all of those faces. Now the Democrats have everyone. They've got a black woman, a white woman, white men, black men, an Asian man, and now, at 6'5", they've even added a giant.
New York City Mayor Bill Deblasio joined the race for president today, making it an even 24 candidates seeking the Democratic nomination.
Last month, in a Quinnipiac poll, 76% of New Yorkers said that they do not think he should run for president. Every party, age, racial, and borough group listed in that agreed on that.
I personally would not vote for him.
I think he should announce it on the 1st of April.
And why is that?
Because it would have been a good April Fool's Day joke.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud.
Wow. That's depressing, man. Everyone thinks Mayor de Blasio shouldn't run for president. On the upside, though, he's found a way to bring all New Yorkers together, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, even pedestrians getting hit by taxis are like, hey, I'm walking over here. Shove it, pal. You know who else should shove it? De Blasio, thinking he can become president. I totally agree. You want to go grab a slice? You got it. Let's go to Grimaldi's. I'm a DeForest fan. F you again, pal. But not as hard as we say F De Blasio. Yeah! So, Bill de Blasio has decided to squeeze his way into this crowded field. I mean, thanks to the New York subway, he's used to squeezing his way into broken systems that have no room for him. And it's not just New Yorkers. Even de Blasio's fellow Democrats don't take him seriously.
Madam Speaker, since you've talked about so many presidents, I wonder how you feel about Bill de Blasio running for president.
Okay. I'm not a professional pollster, but that is not a reaction you want to hear ever, okay? If you ask your doctor, am I going to make it, and they laugh like that, you got to delete your porn and update your will, in that order. The weirdest part, though, is that de Blasio does have a decent record to run on, all right? He passed universal pre-K. He cut back on stop and frisk, he implemented a $15 minimum wage, and he even legalized the sale of magic beans, even though those beanstalks pose a threat to him personally. But many argue he's not perfect. During his time as mayor, homelessness is up in New York. He has faced a bribery scandal, and worst of all, and this is true, on Groundhog Day in 2014, he accidentally dropped a groundhog. And then it died days later. Now, was it the fall that killed the groundhog? We don't know. The groundhog is still falling. That's how tall de Blasio is. Personally, I think it was an accident, and I don't think we should hold it against him. On the other hand, I have a few New York parking city tickets that are bullshit. So, I made this attack ad.
Bill de Blasio says he's a bright future for America, but he has his own dark past.
Is the mayor of New York a groundhog killer?
The mayor dropped Staten Island Chuck during a ceremony at the Staten Island Zoo.
Accusations of a cover-up surrounding Mayor de Blasio.
Chuck was found dead in his cage just a week later.
Can we trust a man with a nuclear button if we can't trust him with land beavers? Bill de Blasio. Bad for America, worse for groundhogs.